Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and something happened and I don't know what, and then I ended up here. So I cannot really. It it was a bit of a rage quit on the flying base because the elevator, the VZZ elevator, for some reason stopped working, so it wouldn't go to the top floor for some reason, and I would always get stuck, and I don't know. I replaced some things on the ship and did some work there, but at one point I just said no, 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 no. I will go back to the asteroid base and don't know, do something else. And now I got myself into working more on the whole hangar part and the whole base part, and then I started a project that we might want to work on today. Yeah, sorry if you wanted to see, I don't know, great conclusions for the flying base. I don't know. It's on Monday I was not able to record, and yeah, the last 2 days was okay. Why am I in space right now? So I hopefully finished this hangar part. It's still dark in here, that needs to be changed, and these are layout blocks that I've brought in. I'm still struggling with a bit of lag once in a while, but I hope that goes away sooner or later. I don't know why, but this room doesn't fill with air, so I'm not sure. Alex scan status, so there seems to be no air leaks, but it doesn't seem to pressurize, so maybe that has to do with nothing being connected. It should be all connected, so I'm not sure what's up here. I will investigate later. It could be that there's a block missing somewhere in the back or so. This part I will work on later a bit more. I'm struggling a bit with the layout of the base. You can see that's the corner part with all the glass, and then I kind of have the problem that this is the corner. I normally should have it go into this part, but oh, give me a sec. Okay, I have to sneeze, and it will not happen. That's bad. So this is the corner where it should go into that part, but then I would have to hollow out the whole asteroid there, and it would end up being maybe too crazy big, this part. So I will go with this, maybe this layout failure, and just go I don't know, this back part is not really important, but yeah, I'm working on the corridor, and I have connected up all the ships again to the base to hopefully no, this is not connected up. Let me connect these up. Connected the all the ships back to a base to have them be connected to a static object, and that. Why are you not connecting? Lockdown, please. So to save up on performance, maybe. These are not connected yet to anything here, and I'm not sure if I will ever connect them up to the base. Maybe for the future these will be connected, but here on the ship, making connections into the ship and working that out, I will really have to at one point go into it and work out a system. And again, there was talk about that, and some figuring out and all that stuff. So at one point I hopefully will find something to standardize the whole stuff here. Would you please lock? The game gives me more and more problems. I'm thinking more and more about maybe starting a new world when the new update hits or something like that, to not have the baggage of the whole world kind of in the background. I'm not sure. We will have to see how that works out. My worlds never get finished because I start too many crazy big projects that all need finishing in the end. I also went back to Mars and did some work there because, again, I was not having it at the moment with a flying base. Good. Let us concentrate on what I want to do today. I always talked about maybe having something like a train running through this part of the base to have a connection from this, I don't know, viewing area back to all the ships. It's just a neat little thing to engineer something that I've never done. And so I started working with some wheels here in between these basically tracks, and this could end up being crazy horribly, but I want to make a connection to don't know, the back, have this thing in the front and something similar in the back, and then in the middle have a cabin for people to sit in, then maybe use a remote control block to steer that thing. I'm not sure if I ever will be able to figure something out automatically, because these are completely separate grids basically, and that's kind of hard to to get this thing to I could go for a detector system that maybe detects subgrids or something like that, and then have a subgrid, I don't know, move into the range of a detector wherever I want to stop. I'm not sure if that will be possible. We will first just organize the train and get that rolling, and then we will think about stuff later maybe. Good. I will go with small blocks in between these big blocks. The first thing I want to do is find out a bit of the length, how I want to have that. The height of the train car itself, that's why I've put these blocks here, to maybe have a station. How's that called? The curb that I don't know, that connects these two. I'm not sure, but this will be the height of the platform. That's what I was searching for. So I will go for a length now and maybe figure something out there. The thing that I first want to establish is just basically the train car, not a look or something like that. Just I want to get this thing moving and maybe move up and down the track reliably, and then I want to figure maybe out how I want to have that look. I have a bit of an idea how I want to have that look in my head, but that's not really important for now. It takes up more space than I thought, and I wish I would have made this whole thing smaller. We will see how that works out, because one thing I might I'm completely disoriented. One thing I might try out is if it fits and if I can get that rolling, then cut off the top part, so, and bring down this wheel to get it maybe so that it fits in between two blocks. Although that is maybe too much. Maybe we can bring it down to a half block. Let's see how crazy that would be. That would be nice too, but this will always be the bottom, and if I want to change something, I will change it on the top. I will make most of the things on the bottom, so that's easier to maybe change out the top parts of the whole thing. Okay, first thing I want to do is make it so that it gets held up between the tracks, and then I want to make it so that it's stable running on the tracks. One thing I still have to figure out is if stabilizing it to the left and to the right, and to the upper part and the lower part of the rail, if that's enough to keep it on the track and to make it roll, or if I need to integrate mass blocks, for example. That's another thing I might have to figure out. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I will have to make that smaller. 21. I don't think I need a much bigger cabin. One thing that might give us an indicator how big this whole thing should be is maybe I'll use this remote and then a seed. Another thing I want to do is I want to search for a different, okay, seeds. These are, how long is that thing? 1, 2, 3. Is it 3 by 3? Yeah, that seems to be 3 by 3. So we can make them really close to each other. I want to have maybe just one row of seats on one side of the cabin, so that you can get into the train from the platform and then take a seat, or something like that. Have a line there, but for now I will just go with some certain things that I just want to put on here so we can get that rolling. My idea would be to have a cabin kind of suspended in between the two. So have a cabin suspended in between the two rolling. How's that called? Rolling blocks? Rolling block is something from a gun, but have a front wheel part, a back wheel part, and then have the cabin kind of hanging in between these two. That's why I might have to really make that smaller in the end. And maybe we go a lot lower with the cabin part. So again, there's so much still to figure out with a rail system in zero gravity, because again, do we need maybe mass blocks to get it to be completely stable? Maybe we don't need them. I would like to not have them on here, so that yeah, another thing I always have to think about is how much power do we give this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would like to just have one small reactor on here so the wheels work, and that's why I want to maybe not have too many. Okay, we will bring in the wheels to not put it under too much stress for now. So make this a lot smaller. You can see that these wheels are basically set up in a way that if I go up on the wheel displacement, that the top wheel goes to the top, the bottom wheel goes to the bottom. I don't know if you are able to see that. Why can I not? Oh, okay. Wrong button. So you can see that it basically pulls in, and then the other direction brings it out. And I want to not put too much crazy pressure on the whole thing, and we might have to pull the whole thing out a bit. Or what I do is I push it through so that I can place the wheels on the other side, on the back side. We will have to find a solution maybe with 1x1 wheels so that it is clamped in on both sides here too, and on the bottom too. And I want to have that on the back and on the front, just to be safe. I hope, again, that we can get around with not having too many power users on here. Again, mass blocks, I would like to not have them on here. If they're necessary, then I will use them. Let me build up the back part. So just to show you how that's done. And again, most of you just know that. This is basically the wheel base is turned around, and now I can just turn this around. Now it should work with these two wheels too, that I can press them out, press them in. Let me grab these. So these are the wheels, and this is a wheel back. And here I will do the same. Set it up on the hotbar, maybe with a bit of space. Increase height offset, and then decrease height offset. So here we can do basically the same. And just here you can see it better. It moves up and it moves down. And now we should be at the maximum. And the good thing is now we should be able to, I hope the other one did that too. Yes, the other one did that too. I hope that we can just now bring it into in between the rails. Okay, that's another thing I need to turn off. The steering, otherwise these things constantly move. Okay, that works out. Maybe roll a bit. And again, this ship here is just there to balance it out for the moment and not have it fly away. Okay, then we decrease it's 9 and 6. No, it's 5 and 8. So I'm 43, 20. I want to have them at the same numbers. Now it's pushing against the whole thing. 17, 20. Okay, that should be enough. And I might have to invert propulsion. Okay, this one is rolling back. Now they are pushing against each other. Okay, that's one thing that I might want to take a look at. So I could invert the propulsion here too, because I was trying to move. The thing is, I have the thrusters going, so I might have to, when I have it on the whole thing, I might just, maybe I can I just turn off the back thrusters? Backwards and forwards. I will turn them off, so there is something happening, but I'm not sure what. I need to figure that out. So they might be pushing against each other or something like that. We'll have to take a look at that and figure that out. But we first need to stabilize it to the sides. So maybe we start here and then pull the small things in. How do I need to set that up? 5. 1 by 1, and then now that's too high. That is still relatively high. Can I go? How much would I need to? Oh, here it would work. So, or no, maybe not. Okay, that won't work. Let me figure that out, and I will come back to you when I've a bit more planned out here. I'm not sure. Klang might be straight onto us when we work here now. You can see that I'm pointing towards it, and it's again completely fruitless to do that. We have a clamp on the right side that holds the wheels basically in on this track, and there's something similar on the bottom. Can I point towards it? And we have it on the left side. Both are, yeah, basically the 1 by 1 wheels turned on each other. So they if they clamp down now with the height offset, they work against each other. One thing I had to do was offset the top 3x3 wheel and the bottom 3x3 wheel on the front and the back. So this one is completely extended. This one is still a bit pulled in, so that these wheels on the top and on the bottom work better kind of with each other. I might even be able to bring, no, I can't bring this out more. That's not possible. But here it's just a tiny bit that's holding on to the rail. I'm not sure how good that will be. I will have to basically bring these clamps in, so that it then hopefully clamps the rail from both sides equally, and then we might be able to ride this thing. Not sure if that works. So clamp left. We don't need to do anything there, but just to be sure, we take that on the hot bar, and clamp right is the thing that we need to change. It could be, ooh. Okay, fully extended. Now we have to see what we have to set up the wheels for. So this one is maybe, one thing I need to do is bring this needs to all be turned off because I want to have the small wheels. I just want to use them again to clamp that rail in. So they are not here for propulsion. They just roll with the big ones. And these I really need to see how they turn. So I think this one turns front, so the wheel left 5 and left 4, they turn in the left 5, left 4. I might invert these just to see. I will, by the way, turn this off, and the air shocks I will turn off too. I really don't need that. Let us just see. Now they... I might have to set them up individually to see when it starts working. It might not even work at all, so there might not be enough friction on here to bring that. One thing I always want to know is the friction settings. Is high better or is low better? So we'll go for low now. Nothing changes. So this one is definitely turning into the right direction, the top right one. 7 needs to be inverted, I think. Yeah, 7 needs to be inverted. It turns into the wrong direction. Okay, now 7 turns into the right direction. This one, top left, turns into the wrong direction. Top left 5. Invert. No, now it turns into the wrong direction. Thinking breaks my brain. Okay, now this should be right. Yes. Bottom turns into the wrong direction. So bottom is 4. 4 needs to be inverted. And then I will set up the whole thing with maybe, don't know, 100% friction again. Now it should work. So all turn into the right direction. Now the question is, where is the problem? I could use thrusters to just speed that thing up. Let me see if we, with thrusters, at least get that thing rolling. That would be great. Thrusters. And we just have a small reactor on here, so I cannot put the crazy biggest thrusters on here. Wheels should turn all into the same direction, or into the right direction. So the next thing I might have to really do is put in. Ooh, at least it rolls. It doesn't look nice because of all the clouds there. But that works out. I have to say, it's for something that is clamped in by wheels, it's pretty smooth. So if we get some, maybe if we get some mass blocks on here, then there is more friction. So then maybe it works with the wheels and not with thrusters. So there's nothing at the moment. These things don't steer. That's a good thing. So if we would have something that steers, then we might bring the whole thing off its track. That might be bad. So that's something I definitely don't want to have. Good. I hope there's some people in the audience that know their way around trains. I got some nice submissions from people that said, hey, take a look at my model. I hope I'm not doing anything wrong here. Oh, could it be that the small wheels are one thing that, because they are not rolling? Is it if they are set, do they wait for, I don't know, input? Do I need to turn them? No, if I turn them off, then they will not do anything. So maybe reduce the friction and the strength. If I turn off the thrusters now, iron thrusters, can I now? Ooh! The small wheels were hindering the... They were basically breaking the whole thing. So now it works. Now it works like a train with just the wheels. That's neat, people. That's really neat. Yeah, I hope there are more people that maybe have an input on these trains. I know of a lot of people that have video suggestions. So Splitsy, for example, Rexion. I forgot the name. I got one submission that was really good by someone, and he did something similar. So I always try to solve it myself most of the time. So if there's any suggestions, then let me know. But this seems to work. Now if we bring it down and make the whole thing maybe a bit smaller, that could be nice, so that we don't have this crazy big thing rolling in here. But maybe there's an opinion on there, so people might want say don't do that, maybe do this and that to don't know, give it more use than just to transport me and people that I just RP to to come along with me or something like that. I really like that. Now I can only hope that it oh no, see that the one of the wheels came off already. Oh no, the wheel didn't come off. It kind of lost its maybe it's because of the strength. So let us bring up the strength again. This will be a long episode again that I don't want to be that long, so let me do aha, now it should be. So friction is off. It's the strength is now just holding it in. Come on. Third person. Now the strength is just holding it in and keeping it clamped in there. That's neat. That's neat. Good people. I would say that's all for today. We achieved a train today, and now I can think about what to do next. Yeah, maybe suggest if I should make the whole thing a bit smaller at size-wise, so reduce the height of the whole thing. Well, then that shouldn't be. That could be a lot of a problem, because I would have to balance this stuff out again. So maybe I should just keep it that way. Maybe I should just keep it that way. Good people, thanks for watching, I would say. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on it. And if you have any suggestions, then let me know. Everything that's always welcome, at least. Sometimes I don't do the suggestions, but suggestions, again, are always welcome. Good people. Yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys.